All right, family, we back from our commercial break. And just before the commercial break, we were just showing the video of their interview with Cam Newton and Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. And she had a basically one of her sessions or most of her sessions when it comes to couples therapy um, or marriage counseling. The women, she said, have a fairy tale husband or idea of what their husband should do and be. And so my question for the fellas is, do y'all believe that the women have a fairy tale ideal of what a husband is? Anybody could go first.
Take this one away, Israel. You get this one started.
Man, very much so. I believe they do have fairy tales where it's like they all have how they want their relationship to be, but it don't necessarily go like that. Not all the time. No, it'd be nice, but it doesn't. I believe so. Where it's like some stuff in their fairy tale isn't practical. Okay, just because of the situations, they're different situations that they're in, or because of the uncertainties of life, you know, different uncertainties of life. The fairy tale can't be a fairy tale no more. You got to pivot, stick and move, and deal with what you got for real going on, not just a fairy tale. And yeah, sometimes it's just like, man, the movies they really get to them, and then yeah, that's my 2 cents right now.
Well, I think she had a lot of good points she was making. Um, and I think that's something that's very realistic. You if not all women do it, of course. That's what she made that point, not all, but if that does come a point to where you have to become mature in your relationship and understand the partner that you have. And this goes into also picking. We were talking about this last episode. When it comes to picking a partner or picking someone, these are attributes that you want to look at before you get into a solid foundation. Because if you want all of these things and you, like she said, you want a Prince Charming, there has to be attributes of a Prince Charming there. You can't just expect it to come. That may not even be his personality. That doesn't mean who he is not valuable or a good person or not. But the more realistic we become as we get older with relationships, the better the relationships are. It's a part of maturing, because again, most of the time we're looking, especially if we get serious with them, we're looking to grow old with these people. So we're going to change. We're not going to always be as fit. We're not always going to look as good. These are things you think about. If you want a Prince Charming, he ain't going to be Prince Charming for forever,
Not
So,
enough.
I when I was teaching drum lessons, I had married one of my students. His parents had been married for years, and the mother dropped some wisdom on me that I'll never forget. She said, I had to be willing to love him enough to love him through when he loses teeth, when he's starting to get old, when he's not the man who she first married, but she just still loves him. That to me was like, all right, now I understand why y'all last so long, because you change as a person in a relationship. So that's my little 2.5 cents on
I'm gonna definitely say that these women be delusional. They
Oh
be
my
delusional. Yeah, I'm
God.
gonna go
He
ahead
be
and start
selling
this
the
up,
dream.
fellas.
This
Oh,
man is selling the dream.
man, look, listen here, okay? I had a woman not too long ago tell me, I kid you not, that
Oh, it's not.
she thought I was gonna be her knight in shining armor. Okay. Now listen here, I don't mind doing that. All right. I got a couple of some armor in the closet. You feel what I'm saying? But the thing is, okay, you can't sit here and say somebody should be a knight in shining armor if you crazy. Why would a knight in shining armor come and get you, or somebody, a prince come and save you, and you not really the damsel in distress? You the damn monster yourself. You want somebody to come help and save and do all of these things for you. Okay, listen. I don't wear them type of capes on Sundays. Okay, I got a cape, but I'm not the Superman cape. Okay, I'm not coming to save. I'm not Captain Save none of y'all. Do you get what I'm saying? Y'all women be delusional at times, thinking that that's what somebody's supposed to be. Stop watching so much stuff on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, because some of that stuff is not reality. Some people are putting on a show on social media. Some of those scenes in those movies are just scenes in the movie. It's not reality. Okay. Some of y'all acting like y'all supposed to be, y'all think y'all supposed to be the Queen of England, but y'all really Yvette off Baby Boy. Okay. So I'm not even I'm gonna come straight to it. Okay. Some of y'all need to act what y'all is. Y'all stop trying to pretend that y'all something else and y'all know y'all not. Okay. I'm trying to let me rein it back in. The question is, do women have a fairy tale husband? And I'm gonna say yes. Y'all are delusional.
Just
I
like
need
the
y'all
work
to know.
husband.
Huh?
Just like their work husband.
Exactly. Exactly. I don't even, man, I don't even want to get into the work husband thing, because then what you need a work husband for? What they supposed to be doing for you?
Be all in their face while they at work.
But what's that for? Attention? All you want is attention? That's what I'm saying. Like this whole setup of like, well, my husband supposed to do this and my husband supposed to do that. Look at the person that you chose to marry. Did he say that he was going to do those things? Did he have those attributes before you said yes to that ring, or you worried about the dress and the wedding instead of actually the life that's supposed to be lived as a married couple? A lot of y'all women got the ceremony syndrome. I think I just made that up. Y'all care about the damn ceremony and
More
not
than the
the
actual
actual marriage itself.
that part. I done had somebody say, can they just have the wedding or had the reception, skip the wedding, just had a reception or something like that with no husband. They just want the experience at that point.
Y'all think marriage is a big party. And it can be fun.
Yeah.
It can be fun. I'm not sitting here telling nobody that marriage cannot be such a wonderful experience, but I think people are forgetting, because I'm not going to put this on just the women, but people in general are forgetting that marriage takes hard work, and the vows are telling you that it's going to be good times and bad times, and you don't post to abandon the marriage because of a rough patch or something going on in the road.
They don't be going with the vows no more. They be making their own vows. It ain't in addition. They just write their own instead of saying the ones that's supposed to be said.
And that's why that most of the time the relationships don't last. That's why I'm like, she's making a lot of good points. And I think counseling with relationships should become something a little bit more popular, because you'll get a chance to start knowing how to go and find people that you like. Like that's something we should be taught, how to find people that we're interested in. What rooms we supposed to be in, what type of people we supposed to surround ourselves with. And then you got a better chance of finding a mate that fits the category of who you see yourself being with. It's all like, to me, it's logical. But if you want a highly sophisticated dude and you in the club every weekend thinking you finna find him, I promise you he probably not there. He's probably not. Not saying he ain't. You might catch him every now and then when he hanging out. But there are certain ways people do things that express their personality and how they're going to carry themselves throughout their life. And when it comes to marriage, women should be trying to find men that are focused and purpose driven, are able to say no. Don't deal with that whole fear of missing out. Any man you meet and he got this fear of missing out, red flag. That's a problem. These are things you got to be trained on how to look for. That's someone you can kind of really work with, like, but you know, they had us learning trigonometry, so maybe they should have had us learning this in high school.
Hey,
Right.
speaking of trigonometry, man. Hey, I don't know what's going on in the world right now on social media,
Math
but
problems.
everybody confused on this math problem. And I'm gonna just say for myself, I know everybody keep talking about the answer is probably 125. I'm gonna just say the answer 5. I'm gonna just down that sword. If it's wrong, it's wrong. But I don't understand why we is not doing the parentheses first.
PINDOS. Oh man.
I don't know, man. I don't know. What is it? What's the equation? It's 100.
It's
What? 3 plus
it's 100 divided by 4
in
times,
parentheses 2
yeah,
plus
2
3.
plus 3. Yeah.
So 2 plus 3 would be 5. 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
5 times 4 would be
It's
20.
20. Mm-hmm.
Plus 100 is
No,
120.
100 divided by 20.
Oh, 100 and that divided by 20. That's 5, ain't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe they thought to add the 20 instead of subtract, because I almost went, but we ain't got the problem in front of us either. So, yeah.
Y'all want me to pull it up? I'm gonna pull it up. But let's get back to this interview with Cam Newton and
Yeah, that interview,
Dr. Bryant, because
Dr. Bryant, she made very good points. You should get to know what type of person you're dealing with, so you can know if that's what they doing already, or if they can possibly start doing it. Because if they ain't, they won't. If they do, they will. But you got to be real with what you want, and if they that type of person that you want. Because if they not, then they not. You can't force somebody to be something they not.
all right, y'all. So let me get to the next section, the next question I want y'all to answer, because the interview was good. The interview was getting good, and
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and
it's,
watch that.
there's some more things on here. And I just Googled the math problem, y'all. The damn math problem said that the answer is 125.
That's crazy.
I definitely just Googled it.
125.
But like I said, I'm going to down this 5 sword. I don't care what Google talking about. Google, you
I
got to
don't know. They
remember
need to show their work, man. They need
you
to
was
show, because
invented
where
by
you get
people, Google.
25 from? Where you get 25 from? You got 100 on one side, and then a 2, 3, 4. What?
Okay. Let's get to this next part.
That's
Two
crazy.
things that I really want to ask or must ask in this situation. First, in regards to the women, I don't really want to attack or, really speak on your clientele, but obviously with my research, you spoke about low functioning individuals, male and female. What's the percentage of males or females that you counsel that are low functioning? What's that percentage?
I love it. Collectively, or you want me to go male and female?
Break it down from male and female.
Okay. I would say, interesting enough, I would say that there are 70% low functioning women, 40% low functioning men.
What? What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, with those low functioning men, did they ever say that a man of high function will never really know true love?
No, I don't even believe that, but no.
Okay. So, what identifies a woman to be high functioning?
A high functioning woman is a woman who wants you. She doesn't need you. And let me clear that up. When I say she doesn't need you, it doesn't mean she's independent. That means she is interdependent. I only not need you because my pain doesn't need your pain. My dysfunction doesn't need your dysfunction to feed it for us to be in this relationship, meaning I don't need a trauma bond with you, okay? She wants you because she wants the healed part of you, but has the capacity, because we're all human, we ain't perfect, to facilitate and deal with the unhealed part of you that's gonna show up in the relationship at some point. And hers is gonna show up too, mine is gonna show up too. And so that's why I always say, I want a hybrid. I want a hybrid for y'all out there who wanna know, meaning a man who's high functioning enough to meet my healthy high functioning, but low functioning enough to deal with me when my abandonment inflames, to deal with me when some of my dysfunctions that I'm still working on inflame. Because if he's too high functioning, guess what? He doesn't have the bandwidth to deal with the low functioning part, which then means he can only connect with folks who are not being fully authentic within themselves. Meaning you may have a loving relationship, but you won't have a real intimate, deep, vulnerable relationship. I'm a woman who seeks connection and vulnerability. I'm not into casualties or casual sex, just TMI or not, meaning I like the depth of things. And so I need you to see me. I need you to see my broken. I want you to see my heart, whatever that comes with, and I'm not embarrassed about it. I'll tell you about it, I'll show it to you, and I'm okay with a man who can facilitate it. But what a high functioning man may do is if he's all the way high functioning, he has already cut off the side of him that is authentic, and there's a superficialness there that won't allow him to connect with a real person. So can he still love and experience love? Yeah, love has it just loves everything. But will he experience the depth of some of the wholeness of love, meaning the down, the up, the ugly, the heaven, the hell mom was talking about? No. And let me say this really quick, and this is why trauma bonds usually feel like the most intense, in love, deepest relationships, because you got two at the epitome of vulnerability, pain pocket people who are bonding. And most people who are low functioning are exactly who they are. Exactly who they are. Doesn't make it bad for being who they are. Exactly who they are. That's their pain, their trauma. They gonna flee, they gonna scream, they gonna hit, they gonna do whatever comes up. Right? Fuck it, I'm mad. And whatever comes up, they there. There's no awareness, there's no stop, there's no nothing. I'm triggered, I'm inflamed, we just go, let's tear this thing up. Right? High functioning only means, Cam, that I feel them same feels. I still feel, excuse my language, you got me fucked up. I'm ready to go there. I'm flamed, I'm triggered. It's all there, right? But it's still dormant. It's still in me. And high functioning means I can regulate those emotions. Watch this and say, okay, right now I'm ready to rip this man's head off. Right now he got me all the way fucked up. Okay, so how do I relay that message to him where it's gonna be respectful, it's gonna be non-combative, and I'm gonna disarm him? While he still knows, you got me fucked up. Because I don't have to say those words for you to know, I think I went too far with Doc.
All right, fellas, like I say, the good doctor going in. So, Luke, doctor to doctor. and your diagnosis.
Cried. Oh. Well,
What do you think about her whole ideology of low functioning? First of all, she said there's more low functioning women that come through her office than low functioning men. So let's
finally,
start there.
they can't say we said it, but it's I know that got to be the truth. So I like her. I like her approach to the whole situation, because what she was doing, you can tell she's a professional, because she's able to articulate what she's trying to say without it being offensive, but you understanding what she's saying. And I think she hit the nail on the head. A person in a relationship who's able to control their emotions and still feel them is a very high level person, because you're not detaching, you're not completely separating yourself from what you like or who you are or what you tolerate, but you're learning how to manage it depending on the situation, the environment, and the circumstances. And that takes a lot of practice. I'm still learning how to manage that myself, because as you go through the relationships, you begin to learn from trial and error. Okay, goodness, maybe I shouldn't say that next time. But a person who is evaluating and is able to control themselves under intense circumstances with the person they're in a relationship with, yeah, those are values that are like very high level. Because it's not easy to do, especially when you're upset. When you're upset, that little turn come in your stomach, and your body is reacting because your body thinks something is wrong. It's like that's the whole thing with the why it begins to do that. Your body thinks something wrong, so it's beginning to prepare you for impact. It's preparing you for something. You get a little hot, you get frustrated, you get red in the face. But even as men, one of the greatest things we can never learn how to master is self-control. That is what makes you an ultimate high-level man, if you're able to control your emotions. So I think she hit the nail right on the head. I think she said it very beautifully. I would love to sit in her office, Lord, let me tell you. Beautiful woman. But yeah, that was I like that. I like the way she broke that down.
What you say to that, Israel?
Yeah, I think it's needed. Trying to figure out how to say what and when, because you could easily get the wrong message across the right way. If that makes any sense. Getting the wrong message across the right way, but trying to say it a more respectful way to where it doesn't disrespect somebody, you know. And that's probably that way because, women lead with emotion, men out of logic. And then the men that are low level are probably the ones that lead with their their feelings somewhat, you know. Uh, my bad. I got some extra stuff over here on my end. But oh yeah, it's she making valid points the whole time. She making valid points. But I don't know. In order to be more high level functioning in that type of arena, it's like that type of uh those type of situations. You got to be more into those situations. Like the only way you're gonna get better is being more situationally aware and being more knowing how to respond to those type of situations.
Well, I'm gonna say for myself, I agree with her when it comes to what is a high functioning man. Now later on, she does describe the difference between a high value man and a high functioning man. And just because you are a high value man doesn't mean you're a high functioning man. She definitely kind of gave those two different perspectives of it, which I think is really cool how she kind of broke it down. But when it comes to the high functioning part, I agree. It's very tough for me to sometimes uh sit down and explain how I'm feeling when I'm in a heated discussion. Cause I'll be like, sometimes I look at people like, it didn't even have to get this far. But even if you looking at them side eye with it, you can still say like, oh, we could have talked a little bit better in this situation after all. But
This is
yeah,
where the think twice and speak once comes to play a lot.
it'd be hard in the midst of battle. That's how I be looking at it.
That's how you got to take the time to pause, pause and reflect on the conversation and like, all right, it may be get awkward with silence. what I say sometimes, I be like, I'm trying to put it together so it can make sense. Give me a moment.
That's a good strategy. That's a good strategy. Um, she had also a point of people who are the low functioning women, the ones that are ones who who are still have that daddy syndrome, that need that have that daddy problem. And
The
Cam
daddy
had,
problem.
yeah, Cam Cam was talking about how there are some women. He made a joke like there's some black women that need to be hired by the FBI by the way they be investigating stuff.
Yeah, dude. That's like they got
And
all the
so
talent going to waste.
she said that's the low functioning ability of a woman that is doing that because she is missing her father. That's the daddy thing that's going on because her father wasn't there. So she's still trying to figure out why he wasn't there. And so she kind of transmutes that or projects that energy to the guy that she's talking to or that she's in a relationship with. And it's like she has to do the investigating and always wondering what he's doing, checking all his social medias, checking his phone, and all of these things, being basically the top
Wow.
detective.
I gotta go watch that because very relatable. That's very relatable.
I was gonna ask y'all, have y'all ever had a detective for a girlfriend?
Yeah, it's horrible. It's like, what are you doing? Why? Why do you put yourself through those results? It's like some stuff you shouldn't, some tears and traumas they do to themselves where you shouldn't put yourself through it. It shouldn't. And the ways that you don't is just not doing those type of things. That's how you stay out of that.
Well, I've had a girlfriend before that I she tried to investigate some stuff and she looked at the wrong thing. She failed her investigation. She needed to go back to the police academy or whatever and do some more training or something because she had the total
So,
wrong answer. Before like she made herself look so kind of crazy. I was like, yeah, I don't know who taught you how to snoop, but you didn't do it right.
and then the message up to whatever they find could be lost. You know, there's oftentimes when we get lost in translation, you know, because of the message, because of the tone, because of whatever it was, you know, that's where we get lost. We get lost in conversation.
Communication is key. What you laughing at,
What
Luke?
is
What?
I ain't never had one.
Oh, you kind of going in and out a little bit.
his
You a
face
little
stuck?
froze too. You froze right now. I'm gonna have to.
Oh, we can't hear you. You gotta
Yeah,
go to another
you
spot.
gonna have to come in and out. Hold on, wait a minute, wait a minute. Okay. I had to try to excuse him for a second because I don't know what was going on with that.
Yeah, he was froze. I thought he was smelling like that for a second, but apparently his whole screen was froze.
But yeah, I definitely had I've definitely had a situation where a woman wanted to play detective and she it was not detective. It was she wasn't detective. She was Inspector Gadget. She wasn't Mike Lowry
Not
or
Inspector Gadget.
she wanted to be Charlie's Angels and she wasn't none of that. I don't know what.
Man,
I don't know what was going on
no
with that.
comment.
Um, but yeah,
No comment.
But
It has
Doctor,
came and bit me on the negative end.
oh,
And
oh,
it's been lost
snap.
in translation. That's when times things have been lost in translation. Lost in translation. And yeah, assuming will get you nowhere.
What what she say? Got me feeling caught up.
He had that right. He had that right. That was right.
Luke, you back?
Oh snap! Welcome back.
Yeah, I was traveling through the Matrix real quick. I had to shoot through the Matrix. But no, I was saying I ain't never had a detective. Thank goodness.
That's
Oh,
good.
bless your heart.
That's good.
Bless your
Amen.
heart,
I
sir.
never
Bless
had that.
bless.
So
Amen.
very fun. I don't
So
even think
much
I would.
peace.
I probably wouldn't even
So
be in the
much
once I pick that up, it'll be over. I think that is one of my pet
Look,
peeves. Yeah.
So you saying she asking
you've
for
had
your
so much
phone, you ain't
peace in your
giving it
life.
to her, Luke?
No, I'm gonna give her my phone.
All right, so she already did
Yeah,
her
he ain't out here
investigation.
being a player. He ain't out here being a player.
Right. Yeah.
Man.
Then after that, that'll probably be the last time she ever see me again. Yeah.
It's because what are you doing? Like, what are you
Never
doing?
can say goodbye. Bye. Bye, Felicia. I'll be out of there. Boy. I'll be out of there. I can't do that. I work too hard
Yeah.
for all that. And then that gives me like, I don't know, it just that comes off weird to me. In some kind of ways, I get it. Some people have been through trauma to where trust issues are a problem.
Yeah, it's
But
not
you
even
got
that
to,
serious.
yeah, and I get that. That's why I say I'm gonna be all right. We wasn't meant to be.
Well, I want to say one thing that ain't meant to be, that this damn math problem that everybody keep
They need
talking
to show
about.
their work. They need to show their work, man. I was looking at it at the interview, and I was like, I still don't see how they got 25. Cause how? How? I want to see the work. Get out. Get out. Get out.
Well,
Yeah.
they
I want to see
I
it.
see that they
That's
did as the calculator breaks it down.
okay. Okay. Okay.
They did the division first.
Okay. Well, that's how you do it. You're supposed to divide first, ain't you?
I thought it was PEMDAS, not PEMDAS.
What is it? Parentheses, exponents,
Right.
uh,
Multiplication, division, add,
multiplication.
and subtraction. That's what I thought it was, bro. What is going
Yeah,
on in
they
the
make up
world?
their own. They make up their own. So apparently, I guess you do 100 divided by 4. Then 2 plus 3. I guess they doing it left to right. So
Oh man.
there you have it. I guess problem solved left to right.
I'm dying on that sword. I said it was 5, and I don't care
And
what Google says.
why'd you say it was 5? Explain to us why'd you say it was 5.
All right, so like I said, I'm using the Pendas rule, like how I would learn in school back in the 90s. I guess I don't know if it's been that
This man
long. You
said
know what I'm
back in the
saying? I
90s.
guess we I use. So I went to doing the parentheses first, the 2 plus the 3 first. Okay,
Right.
that's 5.
Right.
Then I just went over and did the multiplication, which is the 4 times the 5. 4 times 5 is 20.
It's 20. Right.
Then I go all the way back to the beginning of the problem and did 100 divided by 20,
And
which
that gave you
gives
5.
me 5. What they're doing is,
They just going left to right.
yes, they're going just straight left to right. So it's making me feel like, well, I already knew that the public school system failed me, so I ain't gonna get too mad about it. But man, come on now, I ain't never forget the rule. Now I knew what the rule was.
Right. I was gonna say this is probably one of those problems that has multiple answers depending on how you do it.
So that was another thing, right? Somebody was saying maybe it got 2 answers. It don't. In this type of equation, it don't have to have two answers. It's only one correct answer. That's why I always hated multiple choice on them damn tests and them math tests, because they always give you the right answer and then the answer that you thought was right. But
Yeah, they be messing with your mind. They want to play mind games and stuff.
but
Because how you give me the right one and the wrong one?
they
And
do
they're
that
too
all the
similar.
time. They do. That's how they trick you in math. That's why I hate a multiple choice. Give me the paper where it say show your work, and I'll do the math problem myself. Don't give me no right answer and wrong answer.
Right.
I don't like that.
Yeah, that's when it was supposed to be easy. Multiple choice.
Well, fellas, with that being said, family, thank you for tuning in to episode 16 of
Thank
the
you, thank you,
Pharaohs
thank you.
Podcast. I'm your host, Solomon. You can find me on Facebook at Cornelius Solomon Walker. If you want to get your book published, you can email me at cwalker1582@gmail.com. You can also find me at the Pharaohs Podcast at pharaohspodcast@gmail.com. Make sure you follow us. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. Israel, where can people find you? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Israel, it's your turn. Your outro turn.
Yeah, y'all can follow me at the Pharaohs Podcast and JonathanJohnson621.com and Facebook Jonathan Johnson. Yeah.
All right, Luke, where can people find you?
Y'all can find me at the Pharaohs Podcast. You can leave a comment, talk about how you don't like what I said. I
Oh
love it.
man. Oh,
You
Israel,
can
did you
find
see the last comment? They went in on Luke.
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah,
go back and look at it after this.
I love the engagement. So you can find me on the Pharaohs Podcast, pharaohspodcast@gmail.com. If you want to get any personal questions or you want to hit my personal email up, that's youngsoulcorp@gmail.com. Any questions, any business inquiries, or ever wanted to do any projects together, definitely just hit me up.
Definitely. I got some projects on the way. Definitely got some things I'm rolling out. Definitely look out for in a couple weeks, family, that we got some guests coming. You got one person that's gonna come talk to you about some finances, get your money up, and how can you do it and protect your family. And we also gonna have a special guest coming to us. That's also on the YouTube and on the internet doing some things from the nation, from the Coptic nation. And then also we have Ask the Pharaohs is still coming up. So get your questions in, email us at thepharaohspodcast@gmail.com. And that's it that I got for y'all.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.